What legal thing are you addicted to? The internet in general. I hardly read anymore or do things I used to enjoy. I'm just hooked on the internet. Same. Yesterday I saw a thread about hobbies people have started up since the pandemic started, and I've never felt so unproductive. I saved the thread to get ideas for new hobbies, but here I am, still on Reddit. What was the thread? I want to feel unproductive. Sugar, spice, everything nice. I'm like a chocoholic, but for alcohol. Now what would you call that? A beverage enthusiast. Gambling on the stock market like a degenerate. R/Wall Street bets. A corn only goes up bye. Caffeine and cigarettes. Ah yes, the ultimate laxative combo. I call it the triple C combo: coffee, cigarettes, and crap. Corn nuts. On a less joking note, sleep medication. God, why are corn nuts so good? Drinking water. Hail hydrate. A fellow hydro homie. Walmart sells generic fruit snacks that I swear have crack in them. I actually have to limit myself to only buying a box every 3 months because I will inhale them. The smiley face ones? Yes. Coffee. I'm a basic bitch like that. But last Sunday, I decided to stop coffee cold turkey to see how long I could go without it. No headaches, no irritability, no symptoms whatsoever of withdrawal. My heart rate low. Sleep was better. But, God, was I so bored without my cup of coffee in hand. Yesterday, I caved and had a cup of coffee. And it felt like I was having the most exquisite, delicious day in the story of my life. Goddamn. I was so happy, sipping my coffee, humming happy songs. So, yeah, coffee addiction. Legal, but still an addiction. Decaf. People roast me, pun intended, for it, but I really enjoy the flavor of coffee. So I will have a normal cup in the morning to get my day going, and a cup of decaf at about 3 because I just like coffee. But don't want to rely on caffeine. It might just be the placebo effect, but I feel good after a cup of decaf in the afternoon. I believe that decaf coffee also contains caffeine, just much less, so not zero caffeine, which could be part of why it makes you feel good in the afternoon. Caffeine. It's actually a very physically addictive drug. I drank a shitload of coffee in high school. Didn't understand how dependence worked, so I drank increasingly more coffee because I didn't consider that it was the direct cause of me being constantly tired. Just figured I'm an excessively tired guy. I need a lot of coffee. Eventually got to the point that I was literally swallowing whole coffee beans and chasing them with Red Bull before work because I'd be so tired I couldn't even function if I didn't. Eventually smartened up and realized what was happening. Stopped drinking caffeine cold turkey. For about 2 weeks I was straight up feverish. Felt like a zombie. Could barely move or think. Eventually it started getting better and I suddenly had more energy than ever. Now I'm careful about it and don't overdo it. But there are still people in the office who will literally get migraines if they don't drink a few cups in the morning, and absolutely need it around 3 PM. It's pretty normalized in society. Fun fact, the headaches are because when you drink coffee, it constricts the blood vessels in your brain. So when you drink coffee every day for a week and then stop all of a sudden, your blood vessels open up wide and the added blood flow causes headaches. Flying. Flight Simulator 2020 is coming tomorrow, and I'm still waiting on my new computer to get here so I can run it. Coca-Cola. Just love it, man. Soda in general for me. Being home office because of covered with my wife and 2 dogs, I have never been so much happy my entire life, and I'm scared to go back. I got laid off in March and am waiting on money. It's simpler to explain it this way. I have a newborn and my wife makes a shit ton of money. After the army, I'm very much enjoying my peace. I never realized how much of my anxiety and depression came from working until I realized I honestly don't have to. If you can afford to be a stay-at-home parent and you enjoy it, just do it. alcohol, cigarettes, porn, TV, my phone, my sleeping pills. Basically anything I've ever tried. Well, at least you'll never be addicted to sex. Can't believe you've done this. You've killed this person. The burn unit is maximum capacity today. Gummy peach rings. Edit. Original post TL. Doctor. Alcohol. Thank you all for your kind words and support. Typing everything out really helped. Because I haven't really gotten everything off my chest before. You got this. Change your phrases if I need to am going to. Seems like a small difference, but it takes you from predicting failure to asserting progress. Man, if you find you're having a hard time quitting but want to, I have to recommend talking with a doctor and asking about naltrexone. I swear I'm not a pharmacial or thing. This shit has been life changing for me and my partner. Just makes it so you can have a drink and then put it down like a regular person. Sunflower seeds. They help me focus on audiobooks or podcasts I'm listening when taking walks. Always have them in my pocket. I guess I'm addicted. I have a highly addictive personality, so I can easily get hooked onto things. For this reason, I've always stayed away from things like gambling. My family is notorious for addictive personalities. One of the many reasons I've avoided booze and cigs like the ducking plague. As far as booze, I feel the loss of control to be extremely frustrating. Also, feeling blah after a bender isn't addicting. One of few bad things I've tried, but didn't get addicted to. Porn. Edit. I had originally posted this as a joke, but after seeing some of the things you guys have posted, I realized I'm legitimately addicted to porn, and it's ruining me. As of Monday, August 17th, 2020 at 2:35 AM with 169 upvotes, I will be porn free. I decided to quit porn about 6 months ago, and only have watched a couple of times since. What I found useful was reading up on the negative side effects to jumpstart my motivation. Every time overcame the urge of wanting to watch, it became easier to overcome the urge. Red Bull. I would love nothing more than if they made an energy-free Red Bull. I'm in love with the flavor now and can't have any after 11 AM. Meltdown Smarties. Equal parts Smartie juice and Robitussin. That perfect Red Bull flavor. Subway's chocolate chip cookies. They are just so much better than anything I can make myself. Heat them in the microwave for 15 seconds, and they taste as if they just came out of the oven. Reminds me of cookies my grandmother used to make. Chapstick. I can't go anywhere without it. Oh, me too. I cannot focus if my lips are chapped, so I gotta moisturize me. Oh, I'm drying up, moisturize me. People will give me shit, but I'm hopelessly addicted to tramadol. Been on it now for 14 years. I don't even feel high off of it, but I do feel the slight antidepressant SSRI effect it has. It's like taking a great 8-hour prescription strength ibuprofen, but better. Really helps with the numerous different things that cause me pain on a daily basis. And cigarettes, been smoking since 9th grade. Tried to quit 16 times without success. Edit. I think the tramadol is more dependence or dependent than addiction. Tramadol withdrawals are no joke. It's kicking an opiate and an antidepressant at the same time. At this point, is it actually keeping away real pain, rather than taking away the increased pain that comes from withdrawal? Anyway, good luck. Coffee. Diet Coke. Coke Zero for me. It's the nectar of the gods. Coke Zero Vanilla is where it's at. Hugs. And my vibrator. But mostly hugs. If only one could purchase a giant hugging vibrator. Imagine getting a so. They hug you. And you ask, can you vibrate for me? Sugar. I quit eating it for over a year once. The first 3 days I had a migraine and the shakes. I try to stay away from it, but am definitely still addicted, and every few weeks I binge on it. All sugar or just sweets? Do you eat stuff like bread which is lower in sugar, but still has it? I'm trying to lower my sugar intake right now, but I'm starting, and mostly failing, with sweets specifically. I try to stay away from all sugar and carbs. I've been on a carnivore diet for the last 6 months to help with my autoimmune issues. It does help immensely, but sometimes it gets so monotonous that I go off diet for a few days. The sugar cravings pretty much went away for months when I first started carnivore. I'm not sure what brought them back so badly this last month or two. Caffeine duck me. This is like the 3rd time too. I get the most bitchin' headaches when I try to quit. It lasts for like a month. Masturbation, I think. IDK if it counts as an addiction, but recently I wasn't in the right mindset and was just craving the dopamine rush. So I've been masturbating almost daily for a year now, and covered honestly doesn't help. I can stop, I think. I went about 2 weeks once without doing it, but quarantine has made my boredom masturbation sessions more necessary. Is masturbating daily really that bad? I don't really jerk off at all right now, because I'm in a long-term relationship with a healthy sex life. But honestly 4 years before that, whenever I was single I jerked off. Once a day seemed pretty harmless. Getting really high. Changing the color saturation on my TV to crazy purple and red and green, and watching old Godzilla movies while getting more higher. That sounds awesome. I should try that sometime. Love me some old Godzilla movies. There are some amazing ones and some real duds though, but it is all worth it in the end. Or so I tell myself, after having watched all 33 movies. Eating insane amounts of food and throwing it all up. Repeat multiple times a day, every day. I went through 7 years of that hell and it only ended when I walked away from my teaching career. Leave the things that make you hate yourself. Reading. Love going out to the local nature reserve with my hammock and reading for a good 4 to 5 hours. I've noticed before that depending on the tone of my book, my mood will change. Once, I did an experiment where I stopped reading hours a day for a while. I was cranky for the first week, and then I felt the same as I would be if I was reading a light-footed book. So I've literally suffered from reading withdrawal. Technology. You can say video games or porn, or browsing Reddit or Netflix, or whatever other addictive thing there is related to the computer or even your phone. It all comes back to the time sink that is our addiction to technology. I'd say technology is just form of consumption. You can still be addicted to porn or board games without technology. Garlic bread. Soda. To the detriment of my teeth. Mark my words. My children will never be introduced to soda. Good for you. Soda is absolutely terrible nowadays. People way overuse it. It's supposed to be a treat, like ice cream, not a water replacement. I know people who literally only drink soda. Open bracket. I used to have a few glasses of Coke after dinner every day, so reduced to buying cans instead and limiting to just one a day. For a challenge tried to drop Coke completely during Lent. Even though I'm not religious, it was just to see if I could dot it. I'll only drink it if I'm out somewhere, so it's less than once a week now. Kratom. Do not let those duckers fool you into thinking that it isn't horribly addictive. It is. Not just mentally. Full-blown physical addiction. About the same level as cigarettes in my experience as a 40-year-old lifelong smoker. Yeah, the subreddits make it sound really innocent. And it can be. If you abuse it with high amounts and daily use, it was a nightmare to quit for me. I didn't sleep for about a week. Some people get flu-like symptoms and of course you have to deal with cravings. How long total was withdrawal for you? I've been taking it daily for about 4 years. That hurt to type. I was taking 20-ish grams a day and now I'm down to about 7. After a week cold turkey, was it pretty bearable? I've asked this question in the subs before, and it seems like I get answers like a few days and everything is back to normal in the Kratom sub and a full year plus in the quit Kratom sub. Basically two extremes. If you don't mind, it'd be really helpful to hear how bad/long it was. I really want to quit, but need to mentally prepare myself for what I'm up against. Over-exercise and energy supplements. Golf. Leaves me tired, irritable and in pain. But the high from that one good hit is the good shit. Weed. About to light up now. Even though I told myself I was gonna stop smoking a few weeks ago. Write down that goal. When you set it, write it down somewhere in big letters. My phone. Video games. I'm surprised I had to scroll down this far to find this. Hello, fellow video game addict. I'm not even good. I just mindlessly play. I'd love to be better, but I won't put in the effort to get better. Playing League of Legends since beta, Silver 5 scrub. Playing Guild Wars 2 on and off since release. No legendaries. Never did fractals or all dungeon paths. Almost 300 hours in Civilization 6. Highest difficulty I won regularly is Prince. I cheesed deity with an exploit, and every time I would try to get better, it just devolves into clicking buttons as they come up. Caffeine, nicotine, internet. Not giving up any one of those three. Baking soda. What? So you're more of a baking powder kinda guy. Mangus. Especially South Asian mangus. If you put me in a room with a case of mangus, there aren't going to be mangus left for long. Tic Tac. Now hear me out, I didn't make a spelling mistake. I actually meant Tic Tac and not TikTok. It'll never have as much self-control as someone who can eat one and then put them away. Once I start, that whole bottle's gone before I do anything else. I eat them like a drink. I just pour the whole bottle in my mouth. That's why I always get the big pack. I don't know whether I'm addicted to Adderall or just very fond of it. You aren't addicted unless you are cutting your lawn at 3 AM with scissors. Law and Order SVU. Elliot Stabler is the man. Yes, but there is also the fabulous Olivia Benson to consider. Cans of Duster. I think of it like holding down the power button to restart a computer, but for my brain. I go through about $150 a week on them for the past 3 years. Extremely extensive, and sometimes the withdrawals are terrible. I've managed to get down to 2 cans a day, but even that will make me unnoticeably violent at times. From doing 8 to 10 a day, I use them for extreme dental pains. I also have really bad night terrors, and they drastically increase the intensity of my dreams by a lot, probably from lack of oxygen. I was so bad that I had to have them, even would sneak out and use a straw and pen to huff gas lines from central AC units if I had to. I would not be myself at all and extremely violent. Expensive, but I've been trying to quit completely. I don't have withdrawals anymore. I can function and work again and don't need them every day without getting sick. Been to rehab twice and lost my entire family over it, but my mom has stuck by me, and watching her cry and show me video after video of how I act has given me a reality check. I'm 31. Have you seen The Intervention? Season 4, Ep. 19. About this? Maybe seeing someone else in the same situation would help. ESP, knowing that she has a PhD and is a therapist now. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.